Yo quiero dominar el español. Y por eso, una semana antes, empecé el desafío de aprender 500 nuevas palabras en solo 7 días. Y eso es lo que ha pasado. Vamos. Right now I have 634 words saved in my vocabulary. So that over the goal that I have set. So, the strategy that I'm going to use is clear. I'm going to learn 2 different types of vocabulary. I'm going to learn in topics, in islands, what it's called. So, the first topic is going to be living at home. So, words like desk, mesa, and words that I need to use to describe things here at home and to do things here at home. Then the second topic that I'm going to learn is about my own ambitions. So, going to the gym, eating clean, entrepreneurship, and just my interests in general. And the reason why I'm going to learn in islands and not like just any vocabulary is because you can connect things way better when you learn in different topics. And it's way better to master one thing at a time than to try to master everything at the same time. Yeah, I'm hyped. Let's go. So, this is where the fun starts. I'm going to start learning vocabulary right now. And as you can see, right now I have 634 words saved in my vocabulary. So that means I need to do at least 1,134 by the end of this week. And yeah, let's get working, because 500 words is quite a lot. Let's go. Now you might be asking yourself, why is this crazy guy trying to learn 500 words in just 7 days? Well, it's kind of the purpose of this channel is to find out which is the fastest method to learn Spanish and just any language in general. And in the past couple of weeks of my Spanish journey, I have been struggling a bit with vocabulary. So when I was trying to talk with people, often I had the problem that I couldn't express some like fundamental words that I wanted to say. And yeah, I don't want to struggle with this anymore, so I decided to fuck it, why shouldn't I learn 500 words in just 7 days? And yeah, I'm going to continue doing this crazy challenges just like this one in the future. So if you're also curious what is the fastest, the most efficient way to learn Spanish, then subscribe and follow me on this journey. Let's go.
1 hour later.
I just finished with today's flashcards. I sat here for like nearly 1 hour and was just doing the flashcards, and I did around 300, and now there are no cards from the app anymore. I can always choose to do more, but I'm effectively done for today. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.
The next day.
So, it's nearly the end of day 2, and today I practiced the majority of my vocabulary with my phone, and it did go very well, because it's very easy to use when you have a phone, because you have your phone on you 24/7 nowadays. And I was just doing it on my way to school, during school, and whenever I had like a bit of time. And yeah, that's very useful. I'm not quite finished with my 300 pieces of vocabulary today. I want to do 300 per day. That seems like pretty doable to me. but I want to show you a little feature of the app that I'm using, which I abused today a lot. So you can basically generate vocabulary with AI, and let's see how it works, how it goes. This is very useful because I don't need to manually add every single piece of vocabulary. Yeah, there it goes. Of course, it's translated to German. So I basically asked the AI to give me words about eating clean, and yeah, it gave me eat, clean, healthy, natural, fresh, and very useful words for that. Of course, it's not perfect. I kind of asked it to give me 3-word phrases, and it didn't do that, but I'll retry this and see if that works. Yeah. I'll see you when I'm done with today's vocabulary. Hola, hoy es el tercer día y me siento como estoy progresando muchísimo con palabras en la casa, porque ahora mismo estoy cocinando salmón. Voy a freír el salmón con la mantequilla y después y como side dish usaré cebolla con huevos fritos. Y para eso tengo que aumentar el fuego, increase the flame. Entonces estoy progresando muchísimo con estas palabras. Esto es un sartén. Sí. So, it's day 4, and if I'm being honest, I don't have the highest levels of motivation right now to go through 300 flashcards on my laptop, but it has to be done. It has to be done. I have to learn 500 words in 1 week, and today's no exclusion of that. And I know for a fact that if I just start going through the flashcards and get into the flow of it, then it will be relatively easy, and it doesn't cost as much discipline, and it's not as hard and as grueling as it seems when you think about it. Yeah, so that's a mindset that you need to adapt when it's costing you brain power and mental discipline to start something, or when you think, oh shit, I don't want to do that. Just start, and when you get into the flow, when you just kind of fuck it and do it anyways, after a bit of time, you'll get into flow and it's fun. Anyway, so yeah. Well, and Garrett from the past seems to be right. I ended up studying on the balcony because there was good weather outside and I wanted to enjoy the sun, and it ended up being a pretty fun experience. Well, just as fun as that can be. The next couple of days, I decided to take it a bit more relaxed. I sat on the couch and was doing the vocabulary and wasn't pressuring myself as much. And over the course of this challenge, this is what I learned to love about flashcards, or like at least. I cannot say that I love doing it, but the great thing about flashcards is that you can do them anywhere. They're extremely convenient and are just like a free additional booster to your language learning journey. And the great thing about flashcards is that you don't have to do 300 cards per session just like I did. You can do 2 minutes, and when you decide that you don't want to continue doing it, you can just stop. Or if you feel highly motivated, you can do 600 per session. It's completely up to you. I'm nearly there at the goal. As you can see, I have the number that I wanted to achieve saved, but I need to learn some more of them. The last couple of words. Vamos! Don't have the highest levels of motivation right now. Entonces, estoy progresando muchísimo. Okay, reflection time. Would I recommend doing this challenge? Would I do it again? And the answer is no, I would not do this challenge again, and I do not recommend it. The reason being is that, first off, 500 words are just too much, and sure, I did improve my vocabulary, and as you can see, I'm a bit better at talking in Spanish about the two topics that I wanted to learn initially, but it's not worth 7 hours of effort and 500 words in 7 days. And a big problem also was that after around 3 days, around at day 3, I had to start searching for other words outside of the two themes that I wanted to learn, because I was just running out of words. There were no more useful words I could learn about living in the house and going to the gym and all my interests and habits. Or I would have had to search for like the most niche words that I would not be using in my life realistically. And that way I had to search other words. I had to generate lists of vocabulary with AI, and that way I now know how to say wolf in Spanish. It's lobo if you're curious. And yeah, I just essentially more than half of the words that I learned were just from random topics all over nature and just any topic you could think of. And yeah, a big portion of them is not going to be useful for me. So that's one reason why I wouldn't recommend this challenge. Another one being that you can just do so many other things that are more fun and more effective to learn Spanish. For example, talking with AI or using apps like HelloTalk to talk to real natives. There's just so much more fun and effective things you can do than just to sit there and learn 500 random ass words. Don't get me wrong, learning vocabulary is definitely not a bad thing, and I'm going to continue learning vocabulary with flashcards in the future, but in a way more intelligent way. So in the future, I'm not going to learn like random words like lobo and such bloated amounts of words. I'm going to focus on the fact that the words that I do learn are useful for me. For example, when I'm listening to a podcast or watching a YouTube video in Spanish and I don't understand the word, then I'm just going to search it up, and if I see that the word is useful to me, then I'm going to add it to my vocabulary and practice it. Or contrarily, if I'm talking to someone in Spanish and practicing with AI, for example, and then I want to say something but don't exactly know how to say it in Spanish, I'm going to search up the way to say it, and I'm going to add it to my vocabulary because, well, I already needed to use the word 1 second ago. It's probable that I'm going to need this word in the future as well. I highly recommend you do vocabulary as well, also in this new and smarter way of the future. And yeah, I hope you liked this video, got some insights and were entertained by my suffering. This is just the beginning of many more challenges and many more sufferings to come. So if you like this video, subscribe if you want to, and like to support my hard efforts. It's really a lot of work to film this, do this, and then cut this. I've been sitting here for 4 hours, but it's a fun thing for me. Yeah. Join me on this journey of mastering Spanish. Together we will find the best ways to learn Spanish. So if you have any ideas for a challenge for me, just write it into the comments. And yeah, vamos a mejorar juntos en el español. Adiós.